Hey, tennis fans, you are listening to Match Point Canada, Canada's premier tennis podcast. I'm Ben Lewis and so happy to be joined by a first time guest on the show, Canadian tennis player Cadence Brace. Cadence, great to see you. Great to have you on the program.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to answer some questions for you.
Yeah, I think we're getting you honestly at a great time. I feel like you've been firstly playing some great tennis, so congratulations. You just finaled a WTA Challenger in Tampico, playing obviously I'd say some of the best tennis of your career. You're inside the top 200. Maybe just talk about your past couple of weeks. Obviously, you played Guadalajara, and then your first ever WTA Challenger. What was the experience like on the road there in Mexico?
Yeah, I mean, the summer I played a lot of ITS and got pretty deep, so was able to collect some points. And then luckily I got to play US Open qualies. And then from there, I've just been looking to, play the highest I can get into. So it's been some WTAs, so I'm super excited to be at that level finally.
Yeah, in Tampico, was that like did you get there feeling like, "Wow, my level's really, really good right now, I could go on a run," or what was kind of the vibe for you going in?
Well, I semi the week before out of 100. So I was debating going, and they were like, "No, like, let's just go." So me and my coach got on a plane and went, and I was like, "Okay, like, we'll see, like, a couple of rounds here and there." And then each match, I just kept winning, so I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're in the final." I don't know. Just happened.
Just happened, and, just like that, you're up to a career high ranking 182, and just recently as well, you got the call to represent Canada for Billie Jean King Cup. We got the playoffs coming up in November, where you'll go back to Mexico. Who gave you that phone call? Was it Heidi Eltabach who called you?
No, it was Mariev. Yeah, she actually called me while I was in Tampico. I got the call. So that was super excited, and then I that was after my quarterfinals match, and then my semifinals I won as well. So, it was a pretty good week, exciting week for me.
What was your reaction when you got that phone call?
I was super excited. It will be my first time, and I didn't actually get to do it as a junior.
Mhm.
So, getting to be out there, and I know a lot of the girls on the team. I mean, Vicky and Marina I grew up with, so to get to play with them is super fun.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about, your junior career and just your experience playing tennis. You're from Toronto, now 20 years old. When did you first pick up a racket, and was it something that came kind of natural right away, or talk about maybe a little bit of your development as a junior?
I would say I picked up a racket probably like 5.
Hmm.
My dad was very into sports. He was a hockey player. Brother was a hockey player, but he knew with, the way the female sports works, kind of tennis is a great career path if you want to, have success and make a living for yourself. So he put me in tennis, soccer, hockey, and I picked up tennis the best and kept going with it.
What led you to navigate to tennis specifically? Was it like I'm the best at this one, or is it something specific about the sport itself?
I think just because 'cause I'm so competitive, I don't like to lose, and I wasn't losing much, so I thought it was fun.
That's good. I've heard, certain players Milos Raonic talked about, he said he was one of those players who hates to lose, and he said Roger Federer is someone who loves to win. Would you say you're more in the Milos camp there or the Roger camp?
Milos, I hate losing. I'm
Yeah.
not a happy loser.
And so, you progress in your junior career, you talk about playing players like Vicky and Marina growing up. Were you always one of those top juniors, in the province, in the country as a teenager? And what was that experience like competing against obviously some other great girls who are now going on to do great things?
Yeah, me, Vicky, Kayla, Marina, like, we all competed, trained together. We were all Toronto-based, so we all from the age of 10 to 15, we're always, playing each other, competing with each other, practicing with each other, hanging out with each other. It was great. And then, we all kind of migrated a little bit, Montreal, Florida, in and about, but we all have kept in touch and still to this day compete with each other, so it's really cool.
Yeah, and, of course, I mean, you do more than, compete with each other in terms of Kayla Cross. I mean, she's a member of your team over there at LSU. You've been a great doubles tandem. When you were making the choice between, do I try and start off a pro career now or go to college, was the collegiate route always the plan, and what led you to go to LSU?
Collegiate was never the plan. It was always straight, and then, I met with the coaches here who I adore, and, I said, like they were pretty easy with it. They're like, "Just give it a try, a month or 2, see how it is. Don't commit, just see how you like it," and I've loved it so far, and then, Kayla was like, "Kayla, if you wanna give it a try, like, this is the best option in collegiate tennis," She'd met with the coaches, she knew who they were, so she ultimately decided to come, and it's great having, like, one of my best friends here with me.
What has it been like, you go from a junior career where you are kinda navigating tournaments yourself to playing for a team, in the collegiate space? D Does that motivate you further? And was it hard to adapt to what the kind of college competitive side of things is?
Yeah, it was actually quite shocking the first I'd never watched a collegiate match, and I remember just, like, getting thrown into one, and it was very loud. I thought I'd just, like I've been on, like, big stages, it won't be, but it was very loud, and I was very distracted, very unfocused, but no, after a couple, you get into it, and it's so much fun, having the team around you. You don't really get to have that much in tennis, and having, the team, the fans, the coaches, everybody on the court right beside you, it's really fun and great, I love it.
How do you balance, I guess, right now you have the college career going, at LSU, but you're also playing pro tournaments. Is that sort of difficult balancing this busy schedule, to make time for both?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty busy, everybody's pretty flexible with me and, as long as I put in a good effort and sometimes have to fly from tournament to tournament, but that's just tennis and I'm okay with the chaos.
Are you planning on going to the Tevlin Challenger, by the way, in Toronto? Is that another one circled on your calendar?
It's up there. We're not quite sure yet because it would be a lot of indoor and outdoor tennis, but
Mhm.
I've still entered, so I'm gonna see how this week goes and then decide if I want to fly down or not.
Well, yeah, let's talk about maybe some goals here. As I said up the top, you've reached a career high ranking, 182, and I feel like that's been done kind of under the radar. But you had the experience playing U.S. Open qualies, as you mentioned, won a match there too against a really experienced player, and now Habino. How big a stepping stone was that for you to play there at Flushing Meadows? Realize you can kind of compete with some of these top women.
Yeah, I mean, I actually was the very last person to get in. I got in a day before the draw came out, so when I saw that, I was, thrilled to go play there in New York, which was incredible. Um, Going into the match, I was just, like, hoping for the best. I actually went down flat nothing in about 14 minutes. I looked over at the score clock and, lost that first set, and then, the nerves calmed a bit and surprised myself and actually won the match, so it was really cool to, first time and get a win under my belt.
Yeah, get a huge win under your belt, and I mentioned the ranking. Do you set sort of specific goals in terms of that number? Are you looking at that ranking week to week, and where do you hope to kind of be, maybe this point next year if we look over to 2026?
Yeah, I mean, my goal this year was to finish top 200, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna be done.
Yeah,
Um, Next year, I have no idea. Take it week by week, but I mean, top 100 would be incredible at some point.
for sure. I mean, I think you can get there, and right now you're number 4 in the country, for college tennis. Does the college tennis experience that kind of competitive atmosphere help you when you step over to the tour to play some of these pro events?
I think, it does with the mental side. I think it is a lot of pressure, playing with the team, especially, I walked in and I had a pro ranking, I had this, so there were expectations. So I think the mental side, the pressure, I think having my coach on the court coaching me throughout and all that really did help to the pro side.
I think some people don't maybe grasp what it takes to be a college athlete in tennis or whatever endeavor or sport. Talk about maybe the day to day of training and competing with the LSU girls. How much time are you on the court? How much time are you in the gym? And how do you balance that workload with the school workload?
Yeah, the workload, it's pretty similar to what I've been doing for a couple years now, same as a lot of the girls fighting the pro tour. We do about an hour and a half to 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and then an hour and a half probably in the gym, um, which is really great. I mean, I hit with the girls quite a bit. I hit with the coaches here. They're still pretty good players. They still kick my butt once in a while. The men's team is great. They, let me jump in and hit with them sometimes. So it's really good, the atmosphere. The school part, I am lucky enough this semester to be mostly online.
Okay.
So I'm not having to jump to class, which was great because I did that last year and it was very tough.
hmm
But yeah, having the online makes it so much easier for me.
Would you plan on, I guess, doing the full 4 years at LSU, or do you have something set in stone in that side?
I mean, no, no idea.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm open to the 4 years. I thought I was doing one and being done, but if it keeps working and I keep, ranking going up, I don't see why I would have to leave.
Let's talk a little bit about Canadian tennis. As we have this conversation, I mean, it was actually a great week for Canadians. You finaled here in this challenger. Felix Auger-Aliassime won a title. Leylah Fernandez won a title over in Japan. Talk about the rise maybe of Canadian tennis. I think a generation before you, we were not used to seeing these types of results. And the past 5, 6 years, how motivating, inspiring has it been to be part of this kind of tandem growing up and putting up these huge results.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, we had so many Canadians, like, just a couple years above us already having results, Bianca, Layla, on the men's side, Felix, Dennis. So seeing them and, they gave us motivation to work and try and catch up to them. So it's really cool having them there and inspiring us.
Have you had a chance to pick their brains at all, like maybe Layla or Bianca, for example, the tour life, what that's like, year over year, kind of week to week, month to month, because it is a long grind.
Yeah, no, I haven't got the chance much to pick their brains on it. I hope soon. Soon.
Well, next month could be a good opportunity. You look at the roster here: Vicky, Gabby Dabrowski in doubles for you guys, Marina Stakusic, as you mentioned, and Carson Brandstein, who's another player going through the college route who's had big time success. Stepping onto the pro circuit. What do you think the camaraderie will be like with you girls when you head back to Monterey mid November?
I think it's gonna be great. I think we're gonna have lots of fun. I know, yeah, me, Carson, and then Mariev, who's gonna be filling in for Heidi. We're all new, so I think it'll be cool, fresh team. Hopefully we do well. I think we're all gonna give our best effort, so hopefully we come out on top.
Hopefully, as we wrap up, I like to do this game with some of our new guests to get to know them better. This is rapid fire questions. So give us your quick answer when I put you on the spot here with a few of these. We'll start. Cadence, are you a morning or night person?
Morning.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
What is your go-to coffee order?
Americano with cream.
Good choice. What is your most used emoji?
Probably smiling, laughing.
Okay. Give us a current show that you might be watching, either Netflix or somewhere else.
Oh my gosh, I just watched The Office. I just throw
The Office on repeat.
Office on repeat.
It's a classic. Which player was your idol growing up?
Eugenie Bouchard.
Nice. Okay. Which player would you most like to face on the tour?
I would like to face Miss Victoria Momoko one day.
Ooh, that would
I'll
be
sure. Not in the
yeah,
juniors anymore.
that's right. That would be a great showdown. What's the most memorable match you have ever played that you can recall?
Oh gosh. Probably I got my first WTA tour win in 2022 at the WTA Challenger against Katajuban.
What is your favorite shot to hit on the tennis court?
Running forehand down the line.
Nice. Thanks for being specific there. That's good. What city would you most like to visit?
I've never been over to Asia. I know I was talking to Vicky, she's there, so probably Tokyo, Japan.
Nice. And what's the tournament you would most like to win one day?
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. Awesome. All awesome choices. Cadence, it's been amazing to see your growth this past season. Having these fantastic results. Congrats again on finaling this challenger in Tampico. And we can't wait to watch you compete for Canada next month at the Billie Jean King Cup playoffs. So thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate it. You've been listening to Watching Matchpoint Canada. We will talk to you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching us at Matchpoint Canada. If you like our work, follow along, hit the subscribe button below.